So in terms of sustainability, large language models, they run on servers. These servers sit in data centers all around the world. They get enormously hot and they require a lot of cooling. Quite often that cooling is provided by consuming large amounts of water from the local environment. And so, you know, from a impact perspective, they are colossal beasts. And you see now organizations, there was Microsoft restarting nuclear reactors in order to be able to power the data centers that they have. All of the large organizations that run the infrastructure behind large language models are spending enormous amounts of money on developing data centers. And I think this also ties in with a move that they've all had, all the big cloud providers, Google, Azure, AWS, to be able to try to be carbon neutral in what they're doing. But suddenly you've got all of this additional consumption. So all of the cloud providers do provide information on the carbon footprint of each of the individual services that you've got. You can go into AWS or Azure or Google and see the impact that running your model has. And I think for organizations, for organizations to be aware of that is really important, but also from a reporting perspective for the ecological reporting that everybody is obliged to do now, you have to understand that as well. I think if you're running models as well, being able to understand the peak times that it's being used, and this is a good architectural process anyway, but having systems that scale up and scale down according to usage is also vital, because that helps you at least minimize some of those costs. But it is undoubtedly a massive impact that, you know, if you build lots of data centers, that there is always going to be huge impact. Flip side of that though is, how would you solve the big problems relating to sustainability and global warming? What you would do is you would want to get millions of really bright people in a room and have them come up with loads of ideas and talk about how that would be implemented, which is exactly what AI can do. If you think about it as millions and millions of brains that you tie together, you can throw the problems at them, they can come up with ideas, they can quickly work out and model out how those ideas would work or not work. And I think as we move towards the next generation of reasoning AIs, their ability to be able to solve or at least make suggestions to mitigate their own footprint is quite compelling.